We are back. It is the breakdown episode number 4. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, man, listen, I know we promised we'd have a guest this week. Unfortunately, it was a lot like anybody trying to fight face Sensei at any certain point in the YouTube boxing scene. They backed out.
Well, actually, I backed out of my last one, so we can't really say that, dude.
But no. We're going to have our guest on hopefully next week. I don't have any concrete news on that yet, but we're gonna see. But yes, the breakdown episode number 4, and we're gonna start right here just because it's fresh on our minds. This just happened. The Celtics, Beantown, is going back to the NBA Finals. No longer does the road go through LeBron. You are now taking your rightful place back in the NBA Finals. Talk to me about what you're thinking.
The series took way too long to finish. We should have won earlier. I was pissed the way the game was ending. Was it 4 or 5 possessions in a row? Marcus Smart is taking
What is
threes.
Marcus Smart doing?
Dude,
what is Marcus Smart doing?
Listen. I don't know. You saw the text. I gave up. I was like, we lost. We deserve to lose. I am now rooting for the Miami Heat.
You said, I'm rooting for the Heat at this point.
If it wasn't for Kyle Lowry, I would have liked the Heat more. That man should be fined. He should be kicked out of basketball. The way in which he flops, he should be either put in jail or his salary should be cut. It's ridiculous.
He has too much cake in the back. Man's thick. To be flopping like that, we know you're stronger than that. You know what I'm saying? He's thick. But my thing is, why does Marcus Smart think he's a second or third option? He's not that.
What was it? The Bucks game 1 when he had the ball, he drove, and then found Tatum.
Yeah.
Like that's
what he should be doing.
It's smart. Yes, it's smart. No pun intended.
It is
but
smart.
If you're a defense, you're gonna double Jalen Quick off the screen. You're gonna force Marcus Smart to take a shot. You want him shooting the basketball. Yeah. And he's like, "Look, I'm wide open." They're like, "You're wide open on purpose, bro."
No one cares. No one's coming to guard you.
He just needs to drive off of those situations, and then make that one more kick to Grant or Jalen or whoever's in the damn game. Horford, literally anybody else on the team, and try to make something happen there. It was 4 possessions in a row. So to me, I mean, I tweeted it, but I'm excited. Yeah. But I think they have a chance. But this team for some reason has a bad habit of playing underwhelming, and will get a lead and allow teams to come back. And if you take your foot off the gas against the Warriors, bro,
it's not going to be good.
They're going to come back and then shoot you out of the gym.
I'm going to go on record right now, and you know what I'm saying? Some people aren't going to like this. The Wade curse exists, by the way, so who I pick,
oh boy,
it usually goes opposite, okay? So just hold on to that information as you will, people at home, but I'm going, bro, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm going Warriors in 5, bro. I'm going
dang 5? I mean,
they're just, it's so hard to beat them. Realistically, I'm trolling a bit. Warriors in 6 is probably the pick a lot of people are going to give. It's so hard to beat them because on a given night, the way Andrew Wiggins is playing, the way Poole is playing on any given night, Clay can get hot. You saw that. Steph obviously is a walking 30 in the most, in the finals he hasn't been, but for the most part.
I just think we can't get into a shootout. It really depends on the way we play. If Boston plays right and plays to their advantage.
Give me your prediction.
Celtics in 7.
7. So you guys, and this is another thing, we talked about it briefly. This will be the 3rd series in a row you guys are going 7 games.
Yeah.
Ugh. Usually, historically, going into the finals, the team that's had the longer road to get there tends to get a little bit tired and the legs start to go a bit, and that's what ends up, in some cases, that's what ends up doing a team in. And I could see that happening because if you are trying to continuously run the Warriors off the 3-point line, continuously trying to run around these double screens and these A-B screens and these high-lows and stuff, and it's at a certain point, it's oh my, we just don't have any energy left,
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had that this weekend. We have also had some rumblings, and I wanted to ask the people about this, because we haven't done this yet on the podcast, but I thought it would be a good opportunity since we thought we were going to have a guest. We were caught a little bit off guard, you know what I'm saying? We were prepared. We were ready for this guest. We were really ready for this guest. Look at you. But that's okay, you know what I'm saying? It'll happen. It'll happen down the line. But I put the bat signal out on Twitter. I told the people, How do we get through this episode? Send us some questions, okay? So they did. So the people sent us some questions, and I'm going to ask those. I thought about the first one. Yeah, there were some. There's no shot I'm asking, but
this should be good for the clips right here.
I thought about the first one when we started the podcast. This is from Lesra Gomez. Says, question for Sensei: when the Celtics beat the Warriors in 6, what club we going to?
I'm dead. Sensei does not go to the club, okay? I'll be partying right here on the podcast, dude.
Sensei will be on the pod with the lights going. That's the move you hit in the club,
right,
that one right there. You look like Kevin James in Hitch, bro.
Nah, Sensei be getting down, especially back in the day. Listen, I won best answer like in 7th grade. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was Michael Jackson for Halloween for like 4 years.
No shot.
I would show up on people's doorstep as soon as I'd ring the doorbell. They would come out and I would moonwalk.
Yeah?
Porch,
can you moonwalk right now?
Candy. No.
No. Damn, I was gonna be.
No.
No, so
I'll find a clip or something.
You were Michael Jackson for 4 years, for like Halloween, 4 years in a row.
Yeah, so I was a ninja for like 8 years,
okay.
And then I went straight Michael Jackson.
Right.
And then I don't know. Then I gave up.
Again, this is something I've talked about this on the podcast. Sensei and I have super odd, just like things in common, ridiculously like.
Oh, don't tell me.
I wasn't Michael Jackson, but have you ever seen the movie?
I was gonna say, what?
No, it wasn't Michael Jackson. Do you know the movie A Goofy Movie? Have you ever seen that? It's an old Disney movie.
Yeah, a Goofy movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know Powerline, the character at the end. They're trying to go see the concert. He's based after Michael Jackson and Prince. They sing that song "Eye to Eye" for the first time. That one. People, by the way, don't rate my singing. Anyway. I was Powerline 3 years in a row for Halloween, and I was moonwalking.
I searched up Powerline, just straight Powerline without Goofy movie, and I just got pictures of Powerlines.
And said, let me look this up. Powerline, okay. It just shows like the Midwest Kansas highway.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And now, as soon as I see the picture,
yeah,
got it.
Yes. So, I was Powerline for like 3 years for Halloween.
That's ridiculous.
I had like the cuffs on the thing, and it was like it wasn't even like a real like thing. It was like a lime green tee, a sweatshirt, and then like lime green jogging pants.
Oh no!
It was rough. Okay, but yes, Sensei will not be going to the club unless it's the Mickey Mouse Club. That's where Sensei will be. This one's a heavy one, but I wanted to talk about it because it's something we both have talked about off camera. And it's something I don't care to talk about it here, but it's something that we've also talked about with the specific person off camera. And the question is from Splashface, should Deji retire?
Should he retire?
I'll let you take the lead on this.
I mean, if he really wants to fight, no. I mean, if he wants to fight, if it's something that's important to him, no. If he feels like he should do it and, he's embarrassed and he just feels like with, JJ and him being the little brother and, he wants to redeem himself, improve something to other people, but doesn't really want to do it himself.
It's a fine line.
It's a fine line. But I'm telling you, if he wants to go out there and compete, then for sure, it's not like he's going to be a world champion anyways, but if he wants to compete and this is important to him, he's young, so he's not going to get a chance to do it later.
Yep.
And this is something that you're doing with other YouTubers, so it's not like everything is super dangerous. His last fight with Wasabi, it wasn't like he walked out with any injuries or anything. No damage, right? Yeah. So if it's something that he really wants to do, you're not going to get a chance to do it later. So if it's important to him, you don't want to be like 10 years down the road, I wish I just at least gave it another shot. Right. I feel like I had more to give. It becomes a personal thing.
Yeah.
Really at this point. So
I think that's probably the best way to sum it up for Deji. And we've talked to him separately. Like I didn't know Utah, and I've talked to him too, but he does seem like, at least verbally, he wants to do this. Not for I don't know. I don't know if it's for, like you said, people externally. I hope not, because for him it needs to be because he, like you said, like he feels like he wants to get that back, or it's, helping him with, I don't know, just staying in shape, or he just likes the sport in general and wants to keep doing it. Then yeah, and I've said this on camera too. Yeah, I think Deji, it's YouTube boxing. It's like you said, not professional boxing.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't.
Yeah.
We're not talking about him becoming a boxer here.
The only
if that
concern,
was the case, then 99% of the people in this scene shouldn't be boxing.
Exactly.
If we're talking about if you want to be a boxer.
The only concern is when you start to see a lack of, and stuff we've already kind of see, a lack of commitment, to what he's doing. You have to be, because as it is YouTube boxing, but it's still dangerous, right? Especially if he's going to be anywhere near the top of the card, and it's in the UK, so we don't know, how commissions are involved over there. So we might see a 10-ounce glove fight, and then it becomes dangerous, right? So
right,
obviously he has to take it seriously, and we've talked about that ad nauseum. But as far as him retiring, I say no, as long as he's committed to doing it, as long as he still likes doing it, and he's doing it for himself, not JJ, not me, not Sensei, not anybody else. It has to be for Deji.
There's the thing. I think what people got to realize, because it's YouTube boxing, right? It's not like we're talking you're a kid and you're trying to sport and your parents are like, you know what, maybe this isn't your thing. First of all, he's getting paid each one of these things.
He's getting paid.
So it's not like it's a complete failure.
Right.
It's great content. It's since it's YouTube boxing, it gives him direction for his platform.
Right.
It gives him direction in his life. And the truth is, he's always going to be able to find somebody close to his level, whether he's winning or losing.
Here's a fun one. This is from, apparently this is from YouTube Boxing. We are now so big that we actually have YouTube Boxing as a whole asking
official.
us questions. And I'm saying, hey, listen, this is the breakdown.
I'm calling up my dad. I'm retiring from the dojo. No longer a sensei.
YouTube Boxing crowned us. This is a great one, though. I like this one. What is both of your YouTube Boxing dream matches?
Well, I have to say it, KSI and Jake.
Okay.
That's to me is like...
It's the best one that can be made.
It's the best one.
Yeah.
Like, the energy
the night.
The face-off.
Oh, yeah.
In the night, and then, like, when the ref's about to say go, I would feel like when I watch other big-time fights that are, like, super important.
Yeah.
Like, the level of importance of that fight.
Dude, the magnitude of everything around it. If you could be on that card, if you can be in the venue, if you can be at the press conference, this thing is going, like you said, it's going to feel like, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder 3. It's going to feel like Conor McGregor and Habib. Like, for this community, it will be that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it'll be that,
Definitely.
like, personal and dark and bad blood between them, and Logan will be there, and KSI and Deji will probably be, it's going to be that whole thing coming full circle that we experienced at the start of this, but to a different level. That's the one.
It's a dream. Keemstar and H3.
Oh my God, Keemstar and Ethan. Put them on a card.
That's amazing.
On a card. And you know what? I'm going to say it right now. Keemstar fucks him up.
Yeah, I got Keem on that one for sure.
Fucks him up. But I do need to see it, because the press conferences would be hilarious. Keem is made for this. Like, he's made to do it at least once. Like, this is his thing. He runs Drama Alert. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is his thing.
Right.
And if we're thinking like that far outside of I didn't even think about that. Like, that far outside of it. And that's a question we're going to get to in a second. But yes, Keem and Ethan would be amazing.
You know what show would be good? It would be a Nissan Gibb versus Adam Sala. I feel like those communities would just collide, because the content and how Gibb is and how he's
Gibb will sell a fight for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the thing too. What is happening with this Austin McBroom card? It's July. It's about to be June,
dude.
July 16th. And I swear he's going to pull the rug again. I haven't heard anything. And Gibbs being awfully quiet too, so I have a feeling it's him. Can we get something? Here we go. This is another one out of anyone in the YouTube boxing scene. Who has the most potential? Right? Who has the most potential? And I can interpret that in two ways. The most potential to break out of this scene and transition into pro, like we're seeing with what Jake's doing, but maybe to a different level, or who has the most potential to grow from a smaller channel or someone that's maybe not looked at the same way as, way up here, top of the line, I don't know, big time YouTuber just off the YouTube boxing scene. Like, they rule the roost in this scene, and because of that, and maybe their personality, whatever, they have made themselves into a 1 million sub plus channel. Like, who do you think either one of those two has the most potential?
Well, most potential, I think, in terms of boxing, obviously right now is Jake.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Boxing wise. But someone who's smaller and up and coming. Ooh, I'm trying to fast forward my brain through.
Salt Poppy's a wild card, man.
I was thinking Salt Poppy.
Wild card. A guy that has real skill.
Yes.
Looks like he's getting in even better shape because it looks like he's taking this a little bit more seriously now. How big
I did see that
he's getting,
too.
like not big physically, but how big the opportunities are going to be getting for him, you know?
Right. One thing about Salt Poppy though is he doesn't speak, so that's going to have to be something.
I know. But maybe that's a part of his gig, you know? Maybe it's a part of his shtick, but that's why you have Keem, right? That's why he's a part of Happy Punch. You get a guy that can talk for him, get him a mouthpiece, you know? The pro wrestling adage. You get a guy that can't talk, a manager.
Yeah, I think he has the biggest upside because he surprises a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I just wish that in his last fight he had gotten the finish because he did show off a lot of skill, but the fight wasn't in terms of like creator clash type fight, like blood and just straight damage, you know. Yeah. He outclassed him, right? So he showed off that part. But I think his next fight, you know, if he can really put it on the person and make people feel how dangerous he actually is, you know, that changes it because you got to, like, you know, the guys that are going to be the biggest are the ones who bring the power or have. I think in the YouTube boxing, you have to have that element. If you're not like dangerous and you're just like a skillful guy, no one's going to fall in love with the technique side of it, really, you know, so it's going to be the guy who can knock you out, right?
Guy that can do both of those things, that has great technique, but is also putting a punctuation mark on things. I mean, we have a ton to choose from at Creator Clash. We just don't know how many people are going to come back. You could say guys like Dr. Mike have a lot of potential in this scene. The one drawback I have with Mike, though, is that he does so much.
Right.
He is
how far will he go with it?
He's a practicing doctor. He is doing tours. He seems serious for, you know, the time being, but you know, one loss could probably end that whole thing. And even with a win, you're going to get to a level where guys are just like, say you get to the Jake Paul level, if that's where he wants to be. Or, you know, the pro level, whatever. Guys are just going to be doing that, right? And they're not going to be Ian trying to take 9 months to gain weight, then do that. So I think we're going to consensus go with Salt Poppy is probably the most two-way potential, a guy that is potential to really get good, and a guy that has potential to break out as a star just because of the antics and, you know, the ability to capture attention. He's a funny guy, man. I would say Salt Poppy, and then I don't know, probably Salt Poppy. But here's a fun one. This one is, and this is going to reflect our YouTube watching patterns, so get ready for this. Which YouTuber/influencer that doesn't box yet do you guys think would have the most potential to box? And the example being used, by the way, this is from Ish Thinker. With PewDiePie's body transformation, they think he would be good. But who is your favorite YouTuber or a YouTuber you can think of that would have potential that just doesn't box?
I think like Nick Merckx or Tfue.
Nick Merckx, interesting.
FaZe Merckx right there. I would like put some gloves on that boy right there.
Nick Merckx does look like a guy that is obviously very aggressive, very like, you know, he lifts, he plays Call of Duty, he's talks that shit. And I've heard him mention it before. I don't know if he'd be as good as a lot of people think. The way I see him, I've seen some of his lift streams. He is a very like, you know, it looks like a little bit of a stiffer guy, right? In this scene, it might not mean as much, but I would say Nick Merckx would be a brawler for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. And nothing wrong with that. Like, you could still get a win easily. I just don't know if he would do as good as everybody says because of the machismo, right? The bravo.
Yeah. But Tfue, I like Tfue.
We never got the Tfue and Ninja fight, man. Tfue and Ninja was the fight. Even though, let's be honest, that would not have gone well for Ninja.
No. But that's another dream matchup. He surfs. He's an athlete.
I was going to say, can skateboard, can surf. I've seen him do like
surf,
backflips off stuff. Like, he's a little bit more of an athletic guy, I would think, right? Balance is there. A little bit of footwork is there.
Probably tall, rangy, you know? Yeah,
a little bit longer. I like Tfue as an option. You know, I've said Dr. Disrespect would probably be really good.
I was thinking
really
of him too,
good. Athletic guy, played college basketball, long, 6'7", crazy frame.
Yes, he's the worst kind of guy to fight.
I'll go Dr. Disrespect. You go with Tfue, and I think those are two good answers.
Bradley Martin would be good.
Yeah, but who in God's name could fight Bradley? Realistically, who in this scene, one, would have the number, right, beside their name, and two, would be that frame? Because what is Bradley, 290 pounds?
Harley? Dr. Disrespect? I don't know.
I don't think Doc is even close to that weight, even at that height. I don't think he's a skinny guy.
Yeah.
I would say, because I saw Harley saying something
what's heavyweight? What's heavyweight?
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, true. Yeah.
What's the minimum,
Yeah, what is it, 205 is the minimum for heavyweight, or 200?
Something like that. It's
200,
crazy.
200. Cruiser stops at 200, so technically. I mean, Deontay Wilder was 212 when he fought the first fight against
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's crazy.
I know, but I'm no,
at 6'7"?
It's not terrible though. Here, let's see.
At 6'7" against Bradley?
Oh yeah, maybe. Maybe.
That's a wild fight, dude. That's a wild fight.
Bradley's only 6'3". Interesting. He's only 235, 245. Oh, we got to fight.
Dude, right?
We got to fight. I thought Bradley was massive. Never mind. I mean, he is massive. He looks like a human boulder, but yeah. He's 6'3", 245. That's like an NFL linebacker. I've seen him do a vertical jump, dude. Have you seen Bradley hit his verticals?
Yes.
That guy can bounce. He jumped out. He did one of those Aaron Donald things where he jumped out of the pool. People don't realize how ridiculous that is to jump out of still water onto a platform bigger than your belly button. That's nuts. Here's a good one. We'll leave off on this one. I think this is a great one to end it off today because again, we were expecting a guest today, guys, and it just didn't work out. And I on my end was more prepared for that. But I think this is great. I think we should do these at least once a month. I love these fan
100%.
Q&As. So if you guys have any more, send them to me. I'll obviously ask you, and we'll make this a segment that we continuously go through. But the last one involves, of course, because I am so self-indulgent, self-centered, it involves yours truly. The question is, when is Wade getting in this is for you. When is Wade getting in the ring, and who would you like to see him fight?
Ooh. I heard something. Somebody told me, a little birdie said 2023. Something about that.
Yeah.
You're talking about maybe you got to get through what you're dealing with physically.
Yeah. I can breaking news here on the breakdown. I can confirm that I would like to be in the ring in 2023. Yes.
Oh, that's next year. That's so close. I love it.
Yes. Now the name.
Now who?
Now, by the way, Sensei. It's not like you guys Sensei hasn't seen anything either yet. I think
I've seen enough.
I was gonna say. I think in the next year to 6 months, him and I are going to be doing a lot of training together. So we'll be.
I've seen him move, but I've seen him move around, but I haven't seen him turn up yet.
Yes.
I want to see the turn up. To crank up the heat.
Now don't go putting me in here. Don't be like, who I'd want to see him against?
Logan Paul right away. I was gonna say that. Logan Paul right away, dude. Go straight to it. Just
you're
taking everything I work for.
Yeah, yes. Give him the Nate Diaz promo. Yes.
Give the Nate Diaz promo. I think that's how you should come straight out.
Yeah.
Like, what's up? I'm here. But let me think real quick.
6'3".
Dr. Mike, dude. Dr. Mike.
And Doc. I mean, size-wise, it's funny? When we were at Creator Clash, so weigh-in day was a whole travesty, right? They didn't have the commission there on time. The commission messed up, which became a theme for the event. I was walking. I don't know. I went to go get something maybe for Christian, but I was walking, and Mike stopped me. He goes, "How much you weigh?" And I was like, normally 200 pounds. I was 6'3", 200. He goes, "Oh, okay." And that's all he really said. And we just started talking about something else, and then I walked away. I was like, interesting.
Sizing him up.
Well, listen, I'm going to be in New York pretty soon.
6'3", 200. Okay.
Yeah, right now, if I went and got on the scale, I lost. When I had COVID a couple of weeks ago, I was down to 189. I haven't been 189 since I was like a junior and maybe a senior in high school. That was crazy.
Wow.
So I popped back up. I think right now, if I stepped on the scale, I'd be about 195. But also, that's 2 years of sitting on my ass and doing this, in, camp or training and then eating correctly and I could naturally am around 195, 200 pounds. What I was going to say is I'm going to be in New York, July time frame. I know Mike is based out of there. It'd be fun to get some training with him, or at least get an interview with him, do something with him.
Yes, something.
We'll get you on the subway. We'll get you up there. Get you out in the BK.
I'll get there.
We'll go to Gleason's. We'll do it at Gleason's at Paulie Malignaggi's gym. How about that?
Ooh.
That'd be dope, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be dope.
Be sick. We get up there, and we know that you are the come in, spar, and leave guy. So maybe Mike's looking to keep in shape. We get you in there with him too.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Wouldn't that be dope? Yo, Doc, if you're watching, me and Sensei come and train /podcast. Maybe get a couple rounds in with Sensei. We keep it on ice. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna put it nowhere. We keep it on ice.
And you guys know I'm like the nicest spar ever.
Yeah, you guys have seen it on cam, and we're gonna talk more about that maybe next week. But let's just say Sensei takes care of you. All right, when he comes in, he'll take care of you.
It'll be nice not to fight somebody who's 2 weeks away from a fight and looking to knock somebody out. That might be nice, you know.
There you go.
Might be a little bit more, you know.
There you go.
YouTube fun.
Listen, I don't have no beef there, all right? But speaking of, we will have a guest hopefully have a guest next week, and let's just say we'll talk more about some of the sparring escapades of One Face Sensei. But that is episode 4 of The Breakdown. We have a new logo coming. I just saw it today. I just sent it to you. We're going to finalize it, I think, tonight. Tell the people. You're liking the logo, yeah?
I love it. I'm biased on the color scheme.
Yeah.
Black and red, FaZe Clan, Dojo colors. It's on
Exclusive
you right
here.
now, black and red.
I mean, I'll probably drop it. I'm going to be probably dropping it, overlaying. So editor Wade or whoever, overlay now of the new logo. Boom. There it is. The white, the black. We're going to do some tweaks to it, but...
Bro, I need to get the boards. You have to text me.
I know. You got to have the boards. And I'm going to be, like I said, I'm probably going to be going and visiting Sensei soon-ish. We're going to try to do this once a month in person. So we're going to be doing some fun shoots and stuff. We're going to be playing NBA 2K. I'm going to bust his ass. And at least at some point, maybe, I don't know if we should do this for the in-person one because I feel like it's better remote so that we don't choke each other to death. But we are doing the LeBron and Jordan debate at some point. It's coming. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for that, Sensei. Anything on the way out?
You know, you want to hear something? I will tell you this. Today, I did about an hour and a half, 2 hours of bag work and shadow boxing today.
Yeah.
This morning. Because I had the day off. Let me tell you something. I've never felt more powerful in my life.
Woo!
I was working on some new stuff, switching my stances. And I will tell you, I found some new things out today, which is rare for
stance.
Me because I'm always working on stuff. So I did some new things today, and I was like, ooh, found a new bomb.
Now, in another revelation, I also did some shadow boxing today. I felt awful. It was nowhere near feeling good, feeling powerful. Or feeling the best. I felt slow. I felt awkward.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in forever, but I felt slow. I felt awkward. I was in both stances, and neither of them felt good, but it felt good to do. It felt good to get back and do. I had my little egg weights, you know, the ones that, you know what I'm saying? Not like the, because I don't have the dumbbells, but I was in a Big Five one time, and I had like the little 2-pound egg weights. And, bro, when I tell you these shoulders were on fire, and not just because I'm pasty white out in the sun, it was a rough day. But that is interesting to hear that my man FaZe Sensei did about 2 hours on the pads, a little bit of shadow boxing.
It was just myself. I went and my girlfriend was working a couple hours. She had a shift on the holiday, and I decided to go shadow box and hit the bag. And I just kept hitting the bag. I just kept hitting it.
Just popping the bag.
Like a movie.
That's interesting, folks. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, it felt good.
Man's not training for nothing. Let's just say.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
He's not training for nothing. Let's just say, you know what I mean? Wherever, this is my wallet, but I'm going to pretend like it's a phone. Someone pick it up, ring it, call us. But there it is. The Breakdown, episode number 4. He is FaZe Sensei. I am your boy, Wade Plem, a.k.a. The Wade Concept. We will see you in the next one. Hopefully a guest. We'll see.
Yes.
We'll be back soon.
Make it happen.
Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time.
Oos.
Oos. Oos.